Mitigation efforts continue in Itasca County after 5.5 million gallons of coal ash wastewater leaked from Minnesota Power's Boswell Energy Center in Cohasset last week.
The spill happened Tuesday morning with some of the wastewater ending up in Blackwater Lake, which feeds into the Mississippi River. Northern News Now's Michaela Wrench was there today learning more about efforts to clean up the impacted areas of water.
It's been less than a week since the wastewater leak at the Boswell Energy Center, and the spill is calculated to be nearly 5 times the original reported amount.
They were able to figure out by flow rates and by the difference in their retention pond of how they believe it went from 1 million to a little over 5 million.
Jason Helgeson is the Brownsfield manager with the Leech Lake Band of Ojibwe. He and other tribal experts say they're in phase 1 of the cleanup right now, which is all about gathering data.
You initially attack and go with the data that you have, and then as you move along with that emergency response, more data comes in and you refine your data.
Brandy Toff says their first concern with the spill is the potential impact to the wild rice and other tribal resources along the Mississippi River and connecting lakes.
We are taking the data as it comes in. They're doing surface water samples, they're doing sediment samples, and we'll be following up with this.
Toff says right now they don't want to get too far ahead of themselves and will wait to see what the science and analysis shows.
We're concerned about the change in levels, but we're appreciative that we're getting as the emergency response moves on forward, we're getting better data and more updated data as it goes.
A spokesperson for Minnesota Power says an independent study has shown no observed impacts to wild rice at this time. Minnesota Power leaders say they will continue to work closely with the EPA, MPCA, and Leech Lake Band on mitigation, monitoring, and the sampling process. In Cohasset, Michaela Wrench, Northern News Now.
Michaela, thank you. Now, there is no definite timeline on the cleanup process, but more updates will be released as they continue to work through the situation.